You know, I am perplexed. And the reason I'm perplexed is when this buffoon first got elected, with all the stuff that he's done, people were talking about this guy and calling him the Antichrist. Okay? And, you know, if you know anything about the writings in the Bible, you know, the Antichrist comes down and basically corrupts everything in sight other than the faithful. And I gotta tell you, as far as I'm concerned, this guy basically fits the bill. He's corrupted our political process, and he's corrupted the white Southern evangelicals. Now, why do I say that? Well, in my opinion, this guy has broken all 10 of the 10 commandments. And I'm serious. I looked it up this morning, and I looked at a bunch of the stuff that he's done. And in my opinion, he's basically broken every last single one of them. Now, why do I say this? Well, I'm going to give you a fast rundown on the 10, and then you make up your own mind whether you think that Donald has broken them or not. Now, let me start off by saying, when was the last time that Donald Trump went to a church service? And basically, that had to be at least several months ago, if not more. Now, the first commandment, do not worship any other God than the one true God. All other gods are false gods. Worship God alone. Well, in my opinion, the only thing that Donald Trump worships is money. That's it. Money and his own quote-unquote greatness. So as far as him worshiping God, nah. So that's a break. Do not make idols images in the form of God. An idol can be anything or anyone you worship by giving it more importance than God. If something or someone has your time, attention, and affections, it has your worship. It could be an idol in your life. Don't let anything take the place of God in your life. Well, again, Donald Trump has basically placed the making of money as his number one goal in life. So that's an idol as far as I'm concerned. And he's worshiping that idol, which is money. So 1 and 2 kind of tie together. Do not treat God's name lightly or with disrespect because of God's importance. His name is always to be spoken of reverently and with honor. Always honor God with your words. Well, Trump's words on all the cursing that he did on the campaign trail, and once he got into office, now he damn sure broke that one. Here's a big one. Dedicate or set aside a regular day each week for rest and worship of the Lord. Donald Trump sets aside time every week for his worship of golfing. That's what this guy does. And again, I ask you, when was the last time we saw Donald Trump going or attending a church service? I was hard pressed to find one. Maybe you'll have better luck. Now, give honor to your father and mother by treating them with respect and obedience. Now, Donald Trump does reverence his biological father and I guess his mother, but I will claim that he's broken this one and will continue to break this one through the tax policies that he basically is endorsing. And if you didn't know it, the current tax policies will reduce the amount of money and funding for Medicare and Medi-Cal, but let's concentrate on Medicare. Medicare benefits go to help people that are in retirement homes and nursing homes. It goes to help them to help pay the cost of their care. And the current tax bill we have in place, number one, reduces the amount of funding for Medicare dramatically. And it also removes, let me repeat that, it also removes the tax deductibility of payments for nursing care homes, etc. So that in some cases where people are actually contributing to their own care and are allowed to take a deduction for that contribution, that is going bye-bye. So I will make the claim that he is not giving honor to the senior citizens in this country, which in some regard we could consider our mothers and fathers. Do not deliberately kill a fellow human being. Don't hate people or hurt them with words or actions. Well, we all know that the second part of that, he damn sure does that almost every day. And he has advocated for the killing of fellow human beings, and I reference you to the Central Park Five. 5 innocent young men of color that Donald Trump took out 4 full-page ads in the various New York periodicals asking that the death penalty be reinstated and given to each of these 5 guys who were found both scientifically and through the admission of guilt by a criminal of being innocent of the rape of a woman in Central Park. So he tried like hell to get a fellow human being killed, actually 5, and he does every day hate people and hurt them with words and actions. Number 7, do not have sexual relations with anyone other than your spouse. God forbids sex outside the bounds of marriage. Respect your body and other people's bodies. Well, he's a 2-time loser, currently married to his 3rd wife. We know he damn sure was screwing around before he was married, and that's been documented. Now, not calling not the pot calling the kettle black, but a lot of us have are busted on this one. So I really can't say that much because I myself I'm busted on this one. Number 8, do not steal or take anything that doesn't belong to you unless you have been given permission to do so. Well, Donald Trump has stolen money from various contractors that he refuses to pay once they've completed their work. And there are various lawsuits that he has lost, including the one regarding his university, where he stole money from people under false pretenses and didn't deliver what he promised. And that doesn't even count that beachfront property down in Mexico where he claimed not to have any type of a financial interest in, but ended up having to settle because he lost that case. Well, basically was going to lose that case in court. But I will also make the claim that he basically stole the election with the help of the Russians. Number 9, do not tell a lie about someone or bring a false accusation against another person. Always tell the truth. Does the term birther ring a bell? He absolutely lied, knew he was lying, but because his base was eating it up, kept that lie going for 5 years. And last but not least, number 10, do not desire anything or anyone that does not belong to you. Comparing yourself to others and longing to have what they have leads to jealousy, envy, and other sins. Be content by focusing on the blessings God has given you and not what he has given and not what he has not given you. Be thankful for what God has given you. Well, Donald Trump desires to be a dictator, just like Vladimir Putin and the North Korean dictator and the guy over in Turkey, Erdogan. He wants to have the same power and authority that those guys do. So, folks, there you have it. Donnie, in my opinion, has broken all 10. But now, he's also broken the political process. And he, along with the Republicans, are doing America a world of hurt. Now, he specifically has assigned people to his cabinet, to the various agencies, Health, Human Services, Housing, Urban Development, EPA, etc., etc., etc. Damn near all of the people that he's assigned actually hate the agencies that they are in charge of. And they are allowing massive cuts to the budgets of the various agencies. They're also slow walking, filling the positions vital to those agencies, and I speak specifically of the State Department. Now, Jesus said that we need to take care of our little children. But if you're not aware of it, the CHIP program, which is health insurance for kids and I guess pregnant women, which currently have about 8 million people that are covered under it, it is damn near expired. And if Congress does not re-up or extend out this program, 8 million people, the majority of which are kids, and I might also add the majority of which are located in southern states, are going to be without health insurance. In my mind, that is a direct attack on defenseless children. Jesus also gave a parable about the Good Samaritan, a person who helped someone whom he didn't know. Well, there's Donnie again, Mr. Antichrist. He is currently looking at getting rid of DACA, which again is a program that helps kids. He's looking at getting rid of the temporary protected status of the Haitians, claiming that Haiti is a great place for them to go back to now, even though there was a cholera epidemic that was brought onto the island by nasty ass UN workers. The island was hit by the same hurricanes that hit Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. The island is a mess, yet they want to kick out, I believe it's, I want to say it's somewhere south of 100,000 Haitians that are living in the United States and have been living here for, you know, more than 4 years because of the earthquake. He wants to kick them out and send them back to a place that basically is unsafe. You have people living in Haiti in conditions that aren't fit for human habitation. But of course, Donald Trump, not being a good Samaritan, absolutely wants to do that. So let's see. Donald Trump is working against our children. He's working against seniors, our parents. He's working against immigrants. He's working against black people, because all he does pretty much all day long is rant and rail against black people, just asking for justice to be done. for the right thing to be done, yet he tries to conflate that particular action, and I'm talking about the NFL players and the NBA players and baseball players taking a knee at the playing of the national anthem, which, by the way, was the suggestion of a military vet, obviously making a point, but also the knee being taken, it was a sign of respect. But obviously Donnie and his white supremacist buddies, Steve Bannon, Mike Pence, Stephen Miller, all of those individuals have no concept whatsoever of what the right thing is. So folks, in closing, Donald Trump, Mr. Antichrist, has corrupted the country. The quote-unquote white Southern evangelicals who supposedly love God and praise God, but turn a blind eye to a guy who says that he can grab women by the pussies, kiss them without their permission, who salivates over his own daughter, and who's cheated on 2 out of 3 of his wives. This is a guy that they can stand up for. This is a guy who has made a decision after speaking with Steve Bannon that he can support a goddamn pedophile by the name of Roy Moore down in Alabama. Everything that America supposedly stands for, this guy is the antithesis of it. Folks, I don't care whether you're white, black, or in between, how we can continue to abide by anything that helps this guy to obtain his goals of destroying this country, you're going to have to take a good look at yourself. And the people in Alabama in particular, you're going to have to take a good look at yourself, because if you put Roy Moore into office, Alabama is going to be known as the state that supports pedophiles. Plain and simple.